club, beef from club.
Bev. Bev. Thank you for the resub for 28 months, you absolute big bean. Thank you. I appreciate it. Enigma, thank you for the resub for 58 months. My god, that capitalization was huge. How did you do that? Thank you very much. There we go. Now you can hear me. Hello. Hi everyone. Happy Wednesday, the 25th of June / Thursday for Vert. Thank you, Biff, for that. Hello, Vert.
Hello.
There he is. Thursday morning for Vert. Very early.
Sun's coming up.
Yeah. Oh. So Vert went for a trip to Melbourne?
Yeah.
For a week.
Long way south.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which was a long fucking... Did you drive all the way there?
Yeah. It was 4 days of driving for a 2-day trip.
What the... Because, like, you sent me a screenshot, and it was, like, an 11-hour drive, and I was like, whoa, that's a long drive, and you were like, oh, that's just, like, the halfway point.
Yeah, that was day one.
Yeah. Fucking hell, Australia's
We used to do it a lot. Oh, yeah, it's empty. It's fucking empty.
It's like...
There are so many things that I took photos of. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll send these to Beef. I don't know.
Please
and
do.
Then
yeah.
it's like, no, there's nothing here.
I don't care.
There's nothing in between. There's like a grain silo every 200 kilometers.
That's
I'm
fine.
Like, oh yeah, maybe that.
Because like I have no idea what's in Australia. The only thing I know is like Sydney, you know, like that's the one that everyone takes photos of is Sydney. I want to know what all the bits in between look like, because I just have no fucking clue.
I mean, the reason you have no clue is because there's not a lot to see. But I'll send you some random stuff. Oh hell yeah! I'll send you the KFC meal. The most depressing looking dinner I think I've had in a year. Yeah, because we stayed at a cheap hotel because why do when you get in at 7 p.m. and you leave at 6 a.m. It's not you don't need anything special. So
yeah.
Oh, I got a really nice donut. Oh man, there are some like nice bakeries up because a lot of people travel on the road, even though there's not much between. So you do see some nice stopping points. But yeah, in terms of landmarks, there's just very little. There's a few.
There's a few.
An old church. Lots of visual things for this non-visual medium for our audience to hear about and not see. That must be very satisfying. Yeah, but it's mostly just fields. There was some fog.
Yeah.
That's a significant one. Yeah.
Oh, why am I really low down? Oh. Oh dear. Game capture. Bugsnax.
Hell yeah, Bugsnax.
I need to stream it to you. Screen resolution low, frame rate low.
Be the best.
How are the rat babies? They're okay. I checked on them before I started stream. They are cuddled up in their cage. I gave them a little poke and a scritch and made sure they had a biscuit in their mouth before I left. So that Death Stranding 2 game came out today, I think.
Okay.
I really want to play it because like as much shit as I give like Hideo Kojima, I did enjoy the first Death Stranding. I had a lot of problems with it, but I enjoyed it. And I would like to play the second one, but I'm not gonna buy a PS5 just to play that. So I'm probably just gonna wait for it to be on PC.
Do you know when that's coming out?
No. Ow.
Maybe.
I believe most of the time when it comes to like Sony exclusives, it's usually like a year or like half a year before they come out on PC.
How you doing, dog?
Hey, dog.
Yeah, dog. I'm trying to pull
dog.
up this stump so I can build a b-ball court. I'm about as swole as a grumpus can get, and I can't move this thing at all. gotta be stronger than a grumpus. I gotta push
His
my
teeth
limits, you
translucent.
feel me?
Turned them into honey, I think.
Oh.
I need your
Well,
help
that
to
can't
bulk
be
up. If you go find
It's the one fairies
biggest,
draw porn
buffest
of?
bug
Oh,
snacks
okay.
around,
Yeah, I figured.
I eat them.
That
Maybe
dad in the
I'll
background.
gain their strength.
Looking forward to an eventual PC release, yeah.
I'm just saying, maybe. Your whole premise is flawed from the get-go. If Bugsnax aren't like plants, then no amount of elbow grease is gonna make this work.
Triffy, I thought you were here to support me.
Oh, I am. It's just, you keep trying this over and over, and one of these days you gotta pack it in.
It's out now if you bought the $80 version.
I'm
The
on
$70
my
version you need to wait until tomorrow.
Well, if
Ugh,
that's how you
I hate
choose to
that.
look at it.
I got it. It's worse than pre-ordering, I feel.
Definitely.
That is a thing that I want to talk about because I've been looking up about it the last few days. I don't know if you know much about the Stop Killing Games initiative.
No, I don't think so.
So I can't speak fully on it because there's a lot of details that I don't know. But the Stop Killing Games initiative is basically run by, well, I mean, it's being run by people, developers, people who, and their main goal is to basically bring it to the European Union as a topic.
Oh, nice.
Because, as you might have seen, there's a huge problem in the industry right now, where these big companies release a live service game, but then as soon as the game is unsuccessful or it's not earning as much of a profit, they just turn it off and then no one can ever play it again.
Yeah.
So the Stop Killing Games initiative, basically, they want to, I think they want to basically bring, there's a lot of things about it, but I think one of the main things is that they want to bring it so that companies have to, when they're developing these games, they also have to develop a circumstance for end-of-life care, basically.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
And that can be anything from, I think, just like making sure the game is playable in an offline state. This is where there's a whole big issue with this Stop Killing Games thing right now because of a particular person. It is not asking them to redevelop the game so that it's single player or anything like that. It's just making sure it works offline.
Yeah.
And there is this one guy who I am ashamed to say, a year ago, I watched his streams and I thought he was a cool guy. Pirate Software, or /Thor, so some people know him as. And he has a huge follower base on YouTube and Twitch. And a lot of people follow him because they think that he has a sensible perspective on game development. I followed him because I thought, oh, this guy seems like he cares about the industry and wants to make the industry a better place. And he hugely misrepresented and misinformed people about the Stop Killing Games initiative. He misinformed people about their goals, saying, like, this is impossible, it's unfeasible, I don't support this, and neither should you. He basically, like, skimmed over it, didn't even, like, read it properly, called it vague, and then was just like, I hate this thing, and I'm going to spend my whole platform, like, basically telling people not to vote for this, or not to sign this petition. And it caused a huge amount of damage to this thing. And I wanted to bring it up today because I've been talking about it with some friends offline the last few days. And yeah, if you are
the same thing that New.Cloud. Sorry, New.Cloud is saying, like, it's difficult to know if the analysis is malicious or just a useful idiot type thing.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what's in my mind. I'm like, wow, how convenient that a member of the community has this grassroots movement that happens to side with exactly what I imagine some of the large corporations would be trying to get out there as a narrative.
Yeah,
But
well, that's the
you
thing. A
never
lot
can
of people. So this guy as well. Apparently, he like the more I looked into it, the more I found out that he has like a long history of being a scummy guy. like, he has a history in the furry fandom, apparently, and even within the furry fandom and Second Life, like, he pulled some really shit garbage things. And it's a similar story to what we're seeing now. He's this guy who's basically a massive narcissist, and he cannot ever be wrong about something. There was, like,
nice.
My first exposure to this was, like, a thing a few months ago where in World of Warcraft Hardcore, which is basically, like, if you die, you have to start all over again. He was part of a group where shit went south, and a couple of people ended up dying on, like, their level 60 characters. And a lot of people blamed him about it, and instead of just kind of being like, shit, I'm so sorry, I'm really sorry that happened, you know, I panicked, and etc. He was just like, no, it's not my fault. It's their fault. I just did this. And the more I saw about that, the more I was like, wow, this guy's kind of a prick.
Like graceless, yeah.
Yeah, and that's basically what he's been like with the Stop Killing Games thing, is that he misrepresented it, he misinformed people, and anyone that brought him the correct information, he was just like, you're banned. Get out of here. You're wrong. And this is the wild thing. This is the thing that I'm ashamed that, like, I supported him for a while. But he speaks with so much confidence about a subject that you can't help but believe him.
We know the type. Yeah, you know the type.
Yeah.
There's a really cool quote by Bertrand Russell. It's in a David Bowie song, or like David Bowie paraphrases it. And for some reason, I was thinking about it just like a day or two ago. The quote that David Bowie uses is, I don't want knowledge, I want certainty. And the quote that Bertrand Russell has is that man doesn't want knowledge, man wants certainty. And it's like you do automatically go towards people who are confident. Yeah. Because there is a lure to, like, certainty when things are often more complicated than they have any right to be.
Yeah.
In any case, I'm glad that
hello.
that movement is happening at all, because the EU is, like, such a force for good. Like, if I hear about the EU doing something, like living in Australia, you know, we're part of the Commonwealth, but we're not part of the EU. Whenever I hear about the EU doing something, it's always like, what do you call it? It's focused on the outcome. Like, something will be introduced, and then of course companies will try to work around it, and through malicious compliance or whatever else, but it will always be like things will be fixed and tweaked and updated to prevent those outcomes. It's like it's very focused on getting the right thing done, as opposed to checking a box that we introduced that legislation, so now that's done. If that gets through, that'd be a great thing, a wonderful thing, because I feel that way too about games, with like playing things that won't exist anymore. It just feels like such a waste. Because you lose all those memories.
Stop Killing Games' primary goals is that if a game gets sunset, they need to create a method such that players are capable to play or otherwise maintain the game afterward. Yeah. This is completely correct. The problem is that if you're wrong with enough confidence, you might as well be correct 9% of the time. Yeah. And the problem is that I didn't even sign about the Stop Killing Games thing because of the way that Thor explained it. You know, Thor explained it as like
you manipulated
publishers. This is bad for anyone that develops a game, because suddenly, if your game is a failure, you have to fork out money to develop it further. And it's like, no, that's not what they're saying.
That's exactly what I would say. That's exactly what I would. I was just thinking, what kind of bullshit excuse could I come up with? I'm like, well, okay, the games industry is spread thin. You know, we've got limited resources, and you're going to make them commit resources to this extra feature that a lot of people won't even use. You're gonna strangle it, but that's not the case. You know that's not the case. There's a whole bunch of like DRM shit that could easily be changed to just be turned off.
And that was his like one main thing for misrepresenting it. And so basically, the reason that this is now being talked about again, because it's almost been a year now since they started this campaign, and it was getting a lot of traction. And then as soon as Thor found out about it and misrepresented it, the petitions completely stayed off. Like people stopped signing it. And it is, I don't know if I can under or overstate, whichever it is, that how much of an influence Thor has with his platform. And so basically, the guy Ross, the guy who was spearheading this campaign, he made a video the other day, basically being like, "We've got a month left. We're probably not going to make it." And he was such a nice guy about it all as well. He's basically the kind of guy that was just like, "I didn't even expect this to go anywhere. I'm just someone who cares about the games industry. I didn't do anything like a fundraiser because I felt that I wasn't going to be good at doing something like that." He's the kind of guy that was just like, "I'm just a guy. I'm just an anxious guy, and I don't," you know, he said, he described it as like shooting way above his belt or something like that, I think. And he was basically just like, "I'm finally going to address this whole pirate software thing," because he attempted to talk to Thor multiple times, and even though Thor went on to talk about this subject with like loads of other YouTubers and Twitch streamers, including Asmongold, when Ross approached him to try and talk to him about it and clear up any misconceptions, Thor was basically like, "No, I'm not going to talk to you about this. You're rude and horrible. I'm not talking to you." And so Ross basically now in this last video, he was basically just like, "Here's all the things that Thor said that are wrong." And he's like, "I don't know if this will go anywhere. I didn't want to like kind of feed into any of the drama, and so I didn't." And so now he's basically like, "Maybe that was a mistake. So here we go. Here's my side of things." And it's gained traction again, and a lot of people have now been coming forward saying like, "Yeah, Thor's an asshat. You know, he's a dickhead." And apparently he has a huge history of this as well. So the Second Life thing, like, I don't know the full details, but apparently he used to do a lot of Second Life stuff, and he basically, like, there was an artist who used to make models for him, and he would earn half of the sales from, like, selling it on Second Life. And apparently one day he organized a meeting knowing full well that the artist would be asleep at that time, and basically said, "Oh, I think this artist is now starting to earn too much money, so we should fire them." And then, like, remove them from their group, but then continue to sell their avatars for a profit.
Paying royalties.
Yeah. And then he's also apparently done shit in EVE Online as well, and he was ostracized from that community. But yeah, I don't know, it made me mad, and...
Yeah.
I forgot what my original point was. But that, I mean, my point was, if you are in the European Union, or if you are in the UK, please have a look at the Stop Killing Games initiative and sign it, if you are able to. Or at least, if you're not able to do that, please share it with people who might be able to, or... any sharing of this is good. Sharing it with people who are able to, sharing it with people who are unable to, anything that basically gets more people talking about it is good. I believe the total, and this is where it's kind of ridiculous, but I guess the European Union is a big thing. It requires 1 million signatures. And they, basically, they got about 400,000 signatures before Thor started talking about it, and since then it's basically been stuck at the halfway mark.
Yeah, it's about 511 now.
Yeah, so it is gaining traction
Past
again.
halfway, but...
Because that's just in the last few days. Like, it's basically was stuck at 400,000 for ages, and then Ross posted that update, and I even shared it like with my dad, because I know my dad has lots of friends from the European Union, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'll share it about."
Yeah, nice.
They were literally halfway, yeah. But yeah, anyway, I wanted to talk about that because I'm like, hey, I have a stream and this is something I'm passionate about. So I want to at least inform people about it.
I had no idea it existed. Thank you for telling me about it.
Yeah.
I love stuff like that. Like it's kind of like filling a tooth cavity or something. Like I feel like we shouldn't have reached the point where games do this, but it is wonderful to see a corrective measure being attempted.
Exactly, yeah. And the way that Ross describes it in the video is that he's like, this is kind of
Give me
basically
every
like
sort of bug snack that digs
the last
underground.
chance that we
I
have
reckon
to
it
have,
might aerate
as
the soil
developers,
or
as consumers, as customers, to have any sort of say in the way that the industry is going. You know, I think he said it as like, you either let the frog out of the pot or it dies there, you know?
Yeah.
And I think I agree, and that's why I was like, fuck, I need to share this, because, like, I can't just, like, sit back and let shit like this happen.
Oh, I must look mighty
I really
foolish
hope it
sticking to my
succeeds.
guns.
And the thing is, he says that there are
But you
still
don't give
options
up
as
just
well.
'cause things
Like,
get
he has a
tough.
list at the end of the
If
video that's
nobody else
basically
believes
like,
in
here
me,
are the things that
I
we are
gotta
currently
believe in myself.
chasing up that might be a
It's that
huge
or-
impact on the petition.
Or nothing.
I can't remember what they are, because it's a
Yeah,
long
it's for the
video.
grassroots.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, Philbo.
Yeah, whatever.
Alright, so we have some quests to do.
Yeah.
Let's see. We've done all the interviews. The main quest is climb the mountain. Find Floofty. Find Shelder. And that's the main story quest. And then the side quest we have. Bethica would like to talk to us about something.
I bet she fucking will. Always wants to talk to
Chandlo
someone.
wants to test his might. Catch aggressive, meaty Bugsnax. Well, where is Bethica? Oh, she is.
Hey, bestie.
It's fine. Cromdo didn't say anything I don't already know. It's been a rough day. Why don't we, unwind with some snack pods?
3 grumpy snack pods. I mean, this place is a lot more lively now. Oh, but yeah, man, that Thor guy, like, because I was looking up on him because I was just like, why did he do this? You know, why did he misinform? And especially because I was just like someone who used to think that like, oh, this guy's gonna be great for the industry. You know, he's exactly what we need right now. And I remember saying those exact words to people. I remember being like, oh man, he's so much what we need right now. You know? And the more that time has gone on, the less it's like a complete swing in the opposite direction. He used to work, and this is like his selling line when he introduces himself to you. He used to work at Blizzard. As a QA tester or in security or something. And he hates when you imply that he got that job because his dad worked at Blizzard.
Right.
Despite the fact that he was like 17 years old when he got the job, and it was like in the early 2000s. And it's like, how else would you have got it? I think people have been saying it. It's like you can take the employee out of Blizzard, but you can't take the Blizzard out of the employee.
Oh, it's rough.
Yeah.
Man, I remember playing Warcraft 2. I was very young. The
Yeah.
world was very simple back then. Just thinking about like what Blizzard is now versus
Oh,
what it was
yeah.
back then. I mean, what's the ship of Theseus? Like you replace all the parts and is the original thing left at the end? Like
Yeah.
obviously that's the way it is with people and organizations, but
I don't. The
Yeah.
thing is like I don't know how much of Blizzard's shittiness even goes back to like how far back it went.
yeah.
All I knew is that
Yes.
there was like it was basically like a boys' club. You know, I remember
Oh,
that. I remember
I
like
mean,
that photo being
yeah.
shared of them like all in a hotel room with like a printed like a framed picture of Bill Cosby or something. But I don't know how like was it like that the whole time? You know, that's the thing I'm not sure about.
Well, if you think about it, like there's a point in history where people aren't aware of their bigotry, and society doesn't reject it,
Yeah.
and then eventually society, you know, a good society evolves, and people either keep up or they don't keep up. So like people who might have been homophobic or misogynistic or racist or whatever when they were younger grow up effectively and get better, and it's
Yeah.
just those that manage not to that kind of become that weird, crazy, toxic thing.
Yeah.
And
Like,
so I
that's...
imagine that, like, you could say it's always been like that, but also like there was a point where it was that way because of ignorance, and now it's that way because of just ugliness.
Yeah. Yeah. Because, like, when I was looking at some of the articles about Thor, like, literally from, like, 2010, he's been this much of an asshat since, like, that far back.
Yeah.
With all the shit that he pulled in, like, Second Life. And even reading some of the comments in, like, the archived versions of, like, articles and blog posts and stuff. Even people that were upset with his behavior back then were still using, like, F-slur as like a word in the comments, or saying the R word, etc. And I'm like, I'm looking at that and I'm like, that's not real. Like, if people were, like, using that, like, nowadays, like, yes, that would be wrong, but at the time, it was just, like, normal. You know?
Yeah.
Not to say that anything that Blizzard did back then was, like, good.
But normal doesn't mean good.
Yeah. I've seen a few of Thor's videos, but I had never given him much thought or brain space. The thing is, some of the things that he says were informative, because I remember watching them and being like, oh yeah, that is true. You know, like, as someone who's done this thing, that is correct. But it's just like, then there was just like a lot of other things. I remember, like, even before all of this shit happened, I stopped watching him around the point where he said a couple of things on stream, and I remember just kind of being like, I remember just like tilting my head and just kind of being like, no? But like, no one in the chat, anyone in the chat that did disagree with him was either ignored or like timed out.
Oh yeah.
And everyone else was just like, yup, so true. Yup, so true. And I remember just kind of being like,
It's funny, I hate that this comes from Michael Crichton because he turned into a real shithead as he got older, but there was a thing in a Michael Crichton book that's been reflected in a bunch of things, and that's an example of it too, where you hear someone, or you say you're reading a newspaper and the newspaper's talking about a whole bunch of different topics and you're getting informed about X, Y, and Z, and then the newspaper covers a topic that you know all about. And as you read the article, you're like, wow, they do not know what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to, say, video games or something like that. Like the topic that I know about, I know that they are getting all of this shit wrong. But then you continue to read the newspaper, reading about all these other topics that you don't know as much about, and you continue to think, oh yeah, they know about all this other stuff that I don't know about, but they just don't know about the thing that I do know about. When what you should be doing is saying, like, well, if they don't understand the topic, if I understand the topic enough that I can see that they are speaking out of ignorance, then I should really be questioning whether I should be using them as an authoritative source for all this other information. But you kind of just don't think to do that naturally. You kind of have to build that in yourself. And it's the same thing with, confident YouTube personalities, and people do it all the time with AI these days as well, like asking it questions and getting bullshit answers that look good. And they don't think about the fact that it gets stuff wrong when they know about it already.
Yeah. You should read Jason Schreier's book if you haven't already. I have not. I'll have a look at that. Blizzard would always something over Boys Club. Schreier talked about how he started the book with the thesis that Activision ruined Blizzard when the two merged together. And in researching for it, he discovered that Blizzard's problems were deep and more substantial than that. Yeah. I'm kind of not surprised.
Yeah, 1,000. You scoping my form? Egg?
Can't help but notice that he started the recording at the 1000th push-up.
Yeah.
Egg, bro.
I did 2000 this morning. Just didn't record them.
No. This is pathetic.
Yeah, I just started recording and I'm like, 1 million.
Yes.
Yeah.
Boiled egg? Who lit a fire under you?
I just need to get strong enough to catch my own Bugsnax.
No disrespect, but you've been hitting the snacks pretty hard already.
Aw, not you too.
No, no. I'm saying you aren't doing this for snacks alone. I can't help you if you're not honest with me.
I'm just so sick of feeling like an empty shell. I want to stop relying on everybody else. I want to keep up with Liz for once in my life.
Respect. I know things are tough with Liz right now. But dog, she loves you. You two will be back to normal in no time.
But I don't want to go back to normal. I don't want her worrying about me anymore.
When you love somebody, you never stop worrying about them.
I know. And I'm worried about her too. I just want to take better care of her. And that starts with me.
Yeah, I get that. And I will get you there.
Thanks, Chandlo. And, ooh, maybe I'll hit the showers after all. I smell rotten.
Man, real talk from this game.
Okay, let her fly, and I'll show you my incredible aim. Just try not to hit Filbo again.
When you're finished with your amusements, come see me. We have work to do.
Get out of here, Floofty. You're ruining my shot.
What's wrong?
There's something off about that Grumpus.
Floofty's not so bad. They're just passionate about science.
Sure, science. I heard about their experiments, messing with your body. It's weird.
What's weird about it?
I mean, look at you. How many Bugsnax have you had?
Hey, in my professional medical opinion, I am perfectly healthy. We're all eating Bugsnax, and we're all fine, so why are you getting on my case?
I'm just worried, Belle. You're not acting like yourself.
You mean I'm not miserable? I found a way to make myself useful and happy, to finally take some control over my life. And you're just upset because it doesn't involve you!
I'm not upset. If you don't need me anymore, that's great. Go be with Floofty.
Maybe I will.
Oh dear. Book is called Play Nice, The Rise, Fall, and Future of Blizzard Entertainment. Okay. I do want to read more books like that. Like, I was reading one of my old books the other day, which was like, it's basically a book for like, hey, how to be a game designer, by Scott Rogers, I think. And it's a great book, but the thing is like, it's dated. There's still a lot of stuff in it that is relevant, but it was written in like 2010, I think.
Sure. Yeah.
So obviously, like, things have changed since then, but a lot of the fundamentals there are still very much like important. But I want to read more books about stuff like that, and it feels like there's not. I feel it's not like there's much of that happening.
There.
Shut it, Wambus. My little ones are just excited to see me.
That's so. Bet it's easy to keep them in line when they're half your size.
What are you saying?
You really love Bugsnax so bad? Go big or go home.
You. Oh, go on back to your cactus, you old coot.
No, boys, don't fight.
I don't really understand what he means by that. Where? There she is.
That butt.
Hey, hey! It's been a rough day. Why don't we, unwind with some snack pods?
Yeah, let's hit the bong. No, don't go back to bed. No!
God. Just imagining it getting wet and those chips becoming soggy. But it's part of our body. Imagine not being water insoluble.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, at least the color fits.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe not.
Thanks, bestie. If nothing else, I can always rely on Bugsnax. Isn't it so sad that I call you my bestie? I, barely know you. And if I did get to know you, you'd probably hate me for it. Oh well. Enjoy it while it lasts, Biffy.
Okay.
That monster Grumpus thing is still on the loose. Be careful out there, bestie.
Oops. No, I didn't want to do that.
Hey, bestie.
Bestie. Plan to set a snackery in the garden, and an enchilito and a Sherby. Oh, Sherby. Sherby.
Yeah. Man, I love these Grumpus. They're all damaged.
Yeah.
I hate to say it, but
It is true.
Lambus has
They're
a
all,
point. Bigger snacks means
They're
more to
well-developed
love.
characters.
And
Yeah.
they might be a bit smarter. Might respond better to my training, too. Please get me the biggest, snackiest Bugsnax you can find. Please?
A praying Picantus. Oh god, that sounds... And a Scoopy Banoopy.
How's it? Nothing like a campfire.
It's cute. Like, they've obviously, in writing these characters, they've obviously, figured out, what archetype should these characters represent? And then how would these characters interact and how would they feel about things that are going on? But then they've just kind of written these silly little problems that, the actual topics that we're covering in this game are kind of silly, nothing topics, but they speak to, a deeper,
Yeah.
a real feeling character. That's a skillful writing, sort of a sign of skillful writing.
It's especially because, when you think about it, there's, a lot of characters, really. But they're all...
Yeah.
They all have their own, so much identity to themselves, and they were all introduced in such a good way that it doesn't become, an overwhelming thing. You know, when some games
Even,
it's just
Ithaca.
here's all these characters, and you're just like, oh god, I can't keep track of everything, you know?
Every Dungeons and Dragons show that I've ever watched, it always starts with the introduction of characters, and they lose me.
Yeah.
Because it's always just this rapid fire, just enfilade of here's Steve, here's Greg, here's Jerry, here's Mike, here's Bill, here's Fred.
Yeah. Also,
Remember
hi,
Greg? No.
I see we're talking about the great Maldavius fig tree. Yeah, so that's the name that Thor used to go by when he was a furry. That's when I was, so basically I found that out because while I was looking up stuff, and then I was like, I wonder what happens if I look up Maldavius fig tree, and then I found all that other shit, and I was just like, oh god. Can I use this to this feels like the OP tool.
Yeah, it's definitely a retread old ground with this tool and you'll find new things.
Yeah.
Type.
I remember how much of a ball ache that thing was to catch the first time. Did I ever catch one of these? Perhaps another Bugsnax. Dig it out.
I think you did.
I
think you did, yeah, because you knocked it. Yeah.
I just realized it's got the tick box up the top.
Right.
Foil shreds. It seems like it won't reappear until all 5 snack pods in this area have been caught.
Huh.
Oh, I think that's the one I caught earlier anyway.
Awkward bit of exposition there.
Yeah.
It seems like somehow Palpatine returned.
Somehow. Man, I'm so glad I don't care about Star Wars. It feels like anyone that likes Star Wars got fucking shafted with those films.
Yeah. I just rewatched Rogue One because have you seen Andor?
I haven't seen Andor, but I have seen Rogue One. As someone who doesn't really like Star Wars, Rogue One was just really boring for me.
Yeah, yeah. So I remember watching the new movies. A lot of people get a lot out of them, and that's great. For me, it I couldn't shake the feeling that they had been written by a focus group. Like they were released before AI, like generative AI, sort of started to do its thing, but it had that feel to me of like I don't sense anyone. I don't sense that anyone was like, I have always wanted to make this movie, and now I'm finally making it. It was more like, we've got this IP, we need to make some movies. Who are some good writers? You write a Star Wars. Okay, we'll figure out some protagonists and we'll figure out some crises. Like it was sort of, it sort of had this sense of getting the job done as opposed to a real passion project, in my mind anyway. And when I got to Rogue One, what I liked about Rogue One was that it was not focusing on Sith and Jedi.
Right.
Because I was tired of it.
Yeah. Yeah, like, that's the thing. People have told me that there's, like, so much more to Star Wars than the whole, like, Sith versus Jedi thing. Especially, like, in the extended universe.
Yep.
They've told me about all of these awesome stories that people have made. Video games, comics, books, all of that stuff. But but then as soon as, like, Disney got a hold of it and wanted to make more things, they were just like, no, it's Sith versus Jedi.
Hey, Beffica.
Well, think about
How you
like
doing?
the Daleks in
Yeah.
Doctor Who. Like whenever the Daleks rock up in I don't know, have you seen much Doctor Who?
Oh, I watched a shit ton of Doctor Who. Yeah.
It's part of the prescribed material, I think, for citizenship over there. It's like like it wasn't big here until, you know, maybe 10 years ago. Like the old series weren't as popular here, but but I know that having watched a few seasons of it, when the Daleks rock up, it's like, oh, okay, I guess this is a Dalek episode. But it's always introduced as if like it's like the Borg in Star Trek showing up. It's like the big bad. And it's like, yeah, but your big bad has arrived many fucking times.
Now. Yeah,
there's
not
no
special
mystery to
anymore.
Yeah, exactly, and it's that way with the Jedi in Star Wars. Like, you can't sort of keep using them as a tool to up the ante without diluting them and diminishing them. And the thing that I always liked with Star Wars was the feel of Star Wars, which is different to like, oh, it's Yoda. Like when I was a teenager, like, oh my gosh, Yoda's like this little dude, but he's like a Jedi master.
Bestie.
Man, it would be crazy to see
never
him
got any
with a
dirt
lightsaber.
from Chandlo.
And there's this like mythology that you would build around these
Everybody can find
characters.
their-
But then when you actually see it, it's like, well, I guess now we've seen it, so whatever. And they've done that with everything, with the Jedi. Like everything has been seen with the Jedi. But the cool stuff in my mind is the stuff that's unexplored, like the underworld of Coruscant, the city planet.
Yeah.
Like there's a seedy underbelly to that, and like the huts. The huts are like this gambling family dynasty. They're effectively the Trumps, basically. Just this sort of gross group of people who just exploit as much as they can. There's a whole family of them, and there are all these stories set around the huts and the sort of stupid things that they do. Basically, there's all this stuff out there that it's like a big space western, and no one really focuses on it. So it was kind of like, oh hell yeah, let's focus on some of the minor characters in this, because we can't always be focusing on the main stuff. And then if there's one thing I can recommend, like it would be Andor, because I have not seen writing that good in a TV show in a long time.
What you see is what you
I've heard it's really
like
good.
I got nothing to hide.
I'd put it up with like, I wouldn't quite put it up with like The Wire and Sopranos and those sorts of shows, partly because they go for longer, so there's more to explore, but it's really good. And having watched it, we rewatched Rogue One, and my god, it's not as good once you've gotten used to the quality of the writing in Andor. It's it spoils you a bit.
I love how the thing that Chandlo does at night that was supposed to be a secret is just flexing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely want to give it a go. I think I'm well past the point of like ever really getting into Star Wars properly. I think, like, because I watched the prequels growing up, I watched the sequels when they were coming out. I tried some of the video games, and it was always just something that I was just like, you know. But Doctor Who, I love. I haven't watched the recent series because I wanted to show a friend the modern Doctor Who. And it's been very difficult trying to find the time to watch it with him. We're only on like season 2 with Rose and David Tennant. But I was like, I want to watch.
I'm not sure if I saw past that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think oh, that's right. I got up to Capaldi, Peter Capaldi, because I love Peter Capaldi as an actor from that Armando Iannucci.
I feel so bad
for
him though, because like, I think he's an amazing actor, but he was just given kind of crap to work with by Stephen Moffat.
I felt that way too. Because when I watched it, I was so eager to see, because he overacts in the thick of it, wonderfully. Like, he is just the most amazing actor in the thick of it. Just as this over-the-top, like, public servant guy who cleans up after just idiot politicians and is just sweary as shit. And like, so aggressive but creative in his language. It's just wonderful. And then, yeah, in Doctor Who, I think I got like 2 or 3 episodes in and I was like, there is nothing here for me. And then stopped. It would be great to see. I think if I saw like new Doctor Who, it'd be great to get like a list of like the best episodes and kind of jump between them. Yeah. Because I think the larger canon, to me, doesn't. It seems very. I mean, like, every episode patchwork quilts. Yeah. And I think that's the thing, is that Stephen Moffat tried to like do this whole, like, for the entire thing as well. You know, like how. So Russell T Davies, when Russell T Davies first came on board, he very much did like, here's a story for this season, and here's a story for this season. And then between all of that, you just have you have each episode with its own smaller story. Monster of the Week. Stephen Moffat was basically just like, I'm gonna tell like a multi-season story. But like, it kept changing as he went on and on and on and on and on. And it just became such a convoluted, complicated mess. And it's like, bear in mind, this is supposed to be a TV show that's like, it's not for children, but like, you know, teenagers. It's supposed to be... Appeal to the young. Yeah, it's not simple by any means, but like, Stephen Moffat, he just turned it into this fucking, I don't know, like a mess. Series 9 is phenomenal. Which one's Series 9? Has hands down some of the best stories. I think some of the episodes with Capaldi has some of the best stories, but I feel like a lot of it is slogged and mired down in Moffat trying to be smart. And it's like there was a season where every episode was a 2-parter, and it was reflective of one another. It was like the girl who died, and then the girl who lived, or whatever. And like, it was a cool idea, but it was just mired down by him trying to just be like really smart with everything. I empathize with that. Like, that's a trap for sure. Trying to sort of make something that people will be like, oh wow, that's really cool how this thing fits into this thing. Doing that at the expense of the actual heart of the thing. Like, is it entertaining though? Is it is it enjoyable to watch? Does it stick with you afterwards? Like, if you don't tick those boxes, then it really doesn't matter how like smart it is. Well, I found it really frustrating. Every week, just kind of being like, oh great, I guess I gotta wait another week for the conclusion to this story. Yeah. Last Jedi is part of work outing, and I thought it was all right. Is that the one, the most recent one? The one that starts with somehow Palpatine has returned? I think so. I didn't get through it. I watched a bit of it, and I was just like, why is it only like half an hour into the film and we're on like the 11th planet in a row of just like going back and forth and like
transitions. So many fucking transitions. They're just like, we need to do this thing. Transition. Okay, we're here to do this thing.
Oh, so I think so. It was The Force Awakens was the first new one in the trilogy.
Oh,
Then there was The
yeah,
Last
that
Jedi.
one. That one I actually liked.
Then there
That-
was The
out-
Rise of Skywalker.
Yeah, out of the three of them, The Last Jedi was like the only one that I actually
Yes.
liked. But apparently Star Wars
I
fans
agree.
hated it.
So I totally agreed that there was the scene. Spoilers for anyone who hasn't lived on Earth before, but the towards the end of this, and I'll just mute for 15 seconds. In The Last Jedi, towards the end, where Snoke is about to do battle and then is unceremoniously killed. That was the point where I was like, you have my attention. I am absolutely 100% now involved in this. Like, I snapped from total apathy to hell yeah. Because
Yeah.
up until that point, what I'd seen with the first movie and with a lot of the second movie as well was similar to the thing you're talking about with Doctor Who, the relying on like a premise that seems smart rather than a good story. So they had tried to make it rhyme in inverted commas with the original trilogy, and to me it was just derivative. That so many of the arcs and the plots were kind of derivative of the first trilogy. It wasn't breaking new ground, and I wanted something fun and interesting and new from the narrative. And it was leading towards this point where it seemed like that character was going to be this big bad, and then the point where you would just assume that everything goes well for the bad guys, right? Because it's the end of the second act. If you've got a three-act play, you've got a three movie trilogy. It's the end of the second act, so the bad guy wins and the good guy is pushed to a place of like, gosh, what do we do now? How do we recover from this? But instead, not only does that not happen, but it doesn't happen. They chose to make the way that it doesn't happen so hugely anticlimactic that for me it was like, holy shit, where are they going? Actually, they're going somewhere else with this, and they're actually making a point of like writing almost in the script and not the notes. Like, we are not going to go the same route this time. We're going to go somewhere weird and new. And so I was like, hell yeah, this is awesome. God, where are they going to go with this? And then the third movie, they were like, okay, new writer, new director, new everybody, because that's what we're doing every film. And the new person came in and was like, oh, what's all this stuff that someone wrote for movie 2? I don't really like that.
Well, but wasn't
I don't
it
really
JJ
want to write that. I'm going to write something else.
Wasn't it J.J. Abrams again with the third film?
I know there was a change in there was a change in taste. So I believe it was a writer. Maybe it was the same director, but it was a different writer.
Okay.
But I know that like someone wanted to do something else. It was like I want to do this instead.
Yeah.
I can't remember where I saw that.
I do
but-
remember hearing
but yeah,
that
the,
was the problem is that like J.J. Abrams set up the story for something, and then they were just like, okay, well we're gonna get this guy to come in, and this guy was like, oh, I
Right,
I want to do something different, and so he did something
Yeah, yeah.
different, and then someone else comes in and was just like, people didn't like that. Let's just make it Star Wars again.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Which is dumb. It's
As
like
someone
you're halfway
who
to
was
making
an
a cake,
observer in
don't
it.
start making a pizza.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's from my understanding. I may be wrong. I don't know.
Very good to put that caveat in when it comes to Star
Which
Wars.
is why
Maybe
apparently,
wrong.
which is why apparently the third film basically suffers from trying to cover so much ground so quickly, because the second film covers very little ground, really.
Well, it builds.
Hello.
Yeah.
It builds towards a conclusion that never arrives.
Buddy.
And
Whereas the
I was
third film
excited
was
for that
just like,
conclusion.
the third film was basically just like, okay, here's a list of things that we need to get done and presented by the end of this film. So that's why it's basically just like, next thing, next thing.
How's it at? How's
Where is
So,
Jessica?
if it helps tilt Andor in your favor, Andor, they did something that I think this should just be a fucking requirement. Well, actually, no. I'm one person. Everyone likes different things, but the thing that I like that I don't see a lot of is even those movies are an example of it. But with TV shows, you tend to have a pitch. The pitch is, here's the premise for my show. The pitch isn't, here is the full text of my show. So even if you're basing it off a book, like Wheel of Time has been produced and the Foundation series has been produced into shows, but they don't follow the arc of the books. Often they deviate almost entirely from the subject matter and just use the names of the characters. By the end of it, it just kind of sprawls and goes on and on and on. And what I really like is I want a narrative that I can trust is going to end in a satisfying way. I don't want to watch Lost again.
Yeah.
I don't want to get all the way to the end of a show and be like, oh, it was all just kind of
I need to talk about
hand.
that afterwards because I watched that a year ago with my friend Tristan, or over the course of like a year. Yeah.
You watched Lost? Oh wow. Yeah.
Because
okay.
carry on, but yeah.
Yeah. So just the brief summary of it is Andor was written as a 2-season show, a limited number of episodes. They were like, this is what we want to make. This is the full text of what we want to make, and so from start to finish, it is a sort of espionage intrigue type show, which means there's a lot of interlocking pieces. And from the start, you get a sense of the interlocking piece. Like, you know that they're leading somewhere, right? You know that they're leading towards, because the characters are represented in the Rogue One movie. You know that's kind of the end point, but how do you get to that end point? And so it's an espionage show that basically talks about the outbreak of war with the Empire and how the rebellion builds from nothing to a force that is actually able to wage war with the Empire to generate the conflict that is needed to push people from a position where they are an oppressed mass into a mass that rebels against the oppressors. And it uses so many, there's triplets of episodes. I can't remember whether there's 9 or 12 per season, but they're split into triplets. And generally, it would be I can't remember whether it's a different producer. There's slightly different teams, slight differences in the teams between the three. Within those 3 episodes, it will then switch. So for the first 3 episodes, it will be one group, and then another group, and then another group. So there are some slight differences between them, including the what tends to be like the worlds that you see, the actors that you see, that kind of thing. And it means that, I don't know, it is a very well thought out show, and the whole thing was thought out start to finish, and it really shows in how it's put together, because you feel, I felt at least, satisfied the whole way through, and like I could actually trust the showrunners to build something up and then deliver on what they were building, which I'm not used to having with TV shows and movies these days. You know, you get tricked a lot, and this show doesn't trick you. It delivers on what it promises. It's really good.
Yeah, that's definitely, so like, that's the kind of stuff I want to do with my comics. Like, my comics, I have an overarching plan, you know. I don't know all of the little itty bitty bits that go in between, but I have an overall theme and direction that I want to take it.
A destination?
Yeah. But Lost. So Lost, I watched Lost when it was like, when it was a cultural phenomenon, you know. I watched like the first season on TV, and then I used LimeWire to get the episodes that were releasing in America before they released in the UK. You know, season 2 and so on. And then I think
MP4 or
I think I watched like some of the episodes of season 3, and I was just like, I'm bored, you know. And then I stopped watching.
That's about where I got to as well the first time.
Yeah, cut to then literally like a couple of years ago, like let's say between a year to 3 years ago. Me and my friend Tristan, we were just like, let's watch Lost, you know? Like I never finished watching as a kid. Tristan had never seen any of it before. Let's watch Lost. And it took us a while to get through it, because we basically like would watch a bit, and then we would like do something else for a while, and then we would watch a bit more. So like over the course of those 2 years, we watched Lost. And my fucking god, it's very obvious they didn't know where they were going with it.
Oh yeah.
It's very obvious they were just like...
I marathoned it as well. So I started watching watched about as much as you did the first 3 seasons and was like, I do not care. I just do not care. You keep introducing characters and removing characters, and it just feels like the whole thing is procedurally generated, and I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I'm going to marathon them. I didn't watch them over 2 years. I think I watched them over like a month or 2. I was like, I'm just going to watch them back to back. I really don't give a shit, but I just want to see whether they delivered on anything that they were promising, because even like in season 3, it was starting to show that like, oh, there is a pattern emerging here where it's basically like you're putting a distraction down in front of me and going, oh, what's this? And then when I say, I don't know, what is it? You say, oh, well, what's this other thing? It's like, okay, but we haven't resolved the other plot, so what's the other thing? And they just keep putting things in front of you to distract you over and over again.
Yeah.
So what you're saying, they were never going to resolve it. I had that same sense, and it was really funny getting towards the end of the show and just seeing so much unresolved and going like, they straight up have no respect for their audience. They think that we don't have object permanence.
Yeah.
Like,
and
just, I won't remember.
The weird thing is like, so like we got to the end of the show, and I mean, as a warning, I guess spoilers, but like also it's such a confusing thing that like, not really spoilers. Yeah. And like, I remember I had to explain stuff to Tristan as we were going, as like a kind of, I sort of understand what they're saying, but it's not presented well. But I still kind of cried by the end. Like, despite the fact that it was a confusing mess, and the themes were like kind of all over the place, and they didn't deliver on certain things, I still kind of like found myself crying at the resolution. And maybe it was just because like I think I said to Tristan, I was like, you know, I just like that we watched this together. You know, we went through a journey with it.
Hey there, how's it going?
And also just like, I don't know, like I still think that there was something by the end that was at least kind of like,
This is
the nose.
Thanks, bestie.
I don't know, I can't really put my finger on it.
Snorpy basically can't see without his glasses.
I mean, nothing
and
is
I know he cleans them
purely
every
crap.
day at 5.
There's always like,
so we'll approach him
good
then,
in with
and
the
if
bad.
I'm green
Yeah.
and I say bro a lot, he'll think I'm Chandlo. And obviously Snorpy isn't gonna keep Chandlo's secrets from himself. It's not
Sorry, I
silly
just
if it works.
Is she
Snorpy
gonna
isn't gonna know
pretend?
what hit him.
She's gonna pretend
Let's
to be
hang out until it's time.
Chandlo. And I'm only now realizing if you move things to other
Snort
limbs,
Dog.
they grow somewhere else.
Can I ask you something?
Chandlo, is that you? I can't see. Let me get my glasses.
Oh, there's no time, bruh. This is important.
Oh, well, all right then. What is it?
Bro, you remember that deep, dark secret we were talking about? You know, the really super secret one?
Oh, that. Yes. I suppose it is time we talked about it. Chandlo, it's hard for me to know what you're thinking, and I've been afraid of talking about it for so long, but the truth is, Chandlo, I love you with every fiber of my heart.
This is horrible.
That's not a secret to anybody.
Bethica, when did you get here? How dare you intrude on our private moment?
Bro, she just ran off, dog. Like, I'm gonna go chase her. Bro.
Hello? Chandlo? Anybody?
There's a line there. Also, you're just
chum. Good to see you
sniffing.
on this ordinary tyranny-free day. Let us talk pleasantly of the weather. I've discovered something terrible. My seismic readings show that activity in the mountain is growing stronger and more frequent over time. We must find the source of the quakes before the situation grows out of control. There is an unusually large Bugsnax on the mountain that I'm certain is involved. The formidable
eat his nose.
Snoopy. Disassemble it and dispose of the components in my mouth, and once more we will have thwarted the Grubbernotti.
Dispose of the components in my mouth.
Also, Bethica made a Zelda reference.
Oh.
She said that's not a secret to anybody.
Nice night out.
In Zelda, there's a recurring phrase called "It's a secret to everybody."
Hi.
All right.
It's from the first game. If you found a
buried his dirt
cave,
so deep, not even
there would always
Snorpy
be like an
knows about
NPC in the cave that would say, it's a secret to everybody.
Hmm.
And since then, they always like have that as a phrase. Like in Ocarina of Time, Zelda's like, please don't tell anyone this story. It's a secret to everybody.
Cute. Beffica needs a partner,
spent my whole
Yeah.
a boyfriend
career
or a
looking into
girlfriend,
the good
someone.
ones and
We're-
finding
focus
out what
on.
they
We're her
really
partner.
are. And like, I'm
Oh,
always
God.
the one who suffers for telling the truth. Every friend I ever
We're her
had
bestie.
dropped me as soon
Maybe
as I
she's
told
ace.
them something they didn't want to hear. And it's no different here. The only upside to being stuck on this island? At least I have Bugsnax to keep me company. I don't know.
Golden's
I like
comment.
you because we're similar. I'm a Leo like that. Can I really trust you? There's plenty of time to find out, but I'd probably be a lot happier if I didn't know.
It's dangerous to go alone. That's another one as well, yeah. It's just so hot here. I'm thinking about AC a lot, and if you think about it, air conditioning is really just domesticated wind. I don't know about that.
Oh yeah.
Sorry for wrapping up on all my drama. I know this doesn't make up for everything, but I want you to have my journal. I think if I could trust anybody with it, it would be you.
Beffica.
Oh.
Whoa. Love what you've done with the place.
Yeah. We've got some tulips.
Was one thing visiting these guys, the guys that we visited down in Melbourne. I think I mentioned off stream, but one of them's an artist, and visiting the house of artists. I don't know. He had a bunch of like stuff up on his walls, and it made me think I really need to do more to decorate my place. It doesn't seem like it's an important thing. Like there's always something better to do than decorate your place, but it is so nice to be in a space that has thoughtful placement of stuff. Just, decorating your little house reminded me of it.
Yeah.
I've got like a couple of like prints that I haven't got framed because framing is difficult to do. It's expensive, but I should totally do that.
Yeah, I want to be able to decorate my space a lot more, but because I'm renting, I'm kind of like, I probably shouldn't.
Yeah. Even like frames that sit on desks and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
I've got a couple of prints that I've just bought some frames for, and they're just kind of leaning up against the wall on the back of desks and things.
There is something.
Little mystery man.
What the fuck is that? Whoa, did you see that?
Yeah. Did it jump? Was it something jumping up?
No, yeah, it was like a whole bunch of different Bugsnax things together. It was like a totem pole of Bugsnax. And it disappeared as soon as I tried to scan it.
Yeah.
That's the monster they were on about, I think. Green grape skeeto. Apparently I caught one of those, but I don't remember it. Feels better when the living space is more you, yeah.
Yeah.
Grape skeeto.
God. It's making me want to play Pokemon Snap. Yeah, there is a game of manageable length. I play that
Yeah, the
sometimes
first one, you
when I'm
mean?
home for Christmas. Yeah, for
Yeah.
64. Because we played it with as kids, so whenever I'm like home for Christmas, we'll often play it because it takes like 2 hours and it's done.
Yeah, I love the first one. The second one, I enjoyed to a point. There it is. Baja Tackroach. Tackroaches that took on the flavor of the ocean, still very timid. What do they like?
Purple?
Oh.
Oh. Almost
scared me. They move so fast.
Yeah.
What was I just talking about?
Decorating.
No.
Pokemon Snap.
Pokemon Snap. The second one. There's like too much going on in the second one. I think they realized that they only had like X amount of levels, so they were like, how do we pad this?
Get more out. Yeah.
And so it was just like, here's a ridiculous number of challenges to do that are really so fucking obscure that you would never figure out how to do this without looking up a guide. And then also, like, every Pokemon you take a photo of has different rating systems. Because you basically, to like fully fill it out, you have to get like a 1-star, 2-star, 3-star, and 4-star version photo.
Jesus.
And then consider the fact that, like, to get those different things, you can only submit 1 photo per Pokemon by the end of your thing. So, like, if you want to do it properly, you've got to do it, like, 4 times. And even then, you're not guaranteed to get, like, the same star rating that you're looking for. Yeah.
Is there a term for that in-game design where the focus is not on fun, just on adding time? Like, Sierra used to do it a lot. Yeah.
Padding is probably, like, the most common term for that. New Pokemon Snap, my neck, because oh god. Well, there's still apparently one... Maybe I do have to catch all 5 of these things to get the thing to appear.
Yeah, is it just that you have to... Like, my reading of that was you have to find all 5, rather than...
Yeah... Oh, I guess they have multiple icons on them now. I guess... They have like a little fence whether you've donated them, I guess.
What's the question mark one, do you know?
No, I don't know. But... I thought it was just another one of these.
Why? So, the other Bugsnax that you just caught, the Baja one, it had like a shape, silhouette. But the
other one is just a question mark. Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder why the difference there. Nice. This is a very... Sometimes I like children's books. As an illustrator, I still like occasionally will read like children's books, and this game has the feel that I get reading a good children's book.
Yeah. I was going to try and write a children's book for my niece.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because she's named Beatrice. So I thought about making a little book that was called like Bumblebee or something like that.
Cute.
And I mentioned the idea to my sister at Christmas. And I was like, oh, I was gonna maybe do this for her, but I didn't get the time yet. And I had put so much thought and time and effort into like presenting this idea, and my sister was just like, oh, it's fine, and then just like carried on like talking to someone else. And so like I was just kind of sitting there like, oh, okay. And like, even though it shouldn't really be that, like, it's not about my sister, it's about B. But I was kind of like, but then I kind of thought like, well, what if I make this thing for her? and then it doesn't really get used, you know, or because in my head I was thinking, you know, it could be a nice storybook that is said to her, like, you know, over the course of her childhood.
This is your thing. Yeah.
You know, this was made for you, and this is a, you know, not about you, but it's a story that we want to share. And then and then when my sister was very like quickly dismissive of it, I was just kind of like, oh, maybe not then.
It's funny that like something in the way of it being presented, or like there's obviously like some what do you call that? Like a miscommunication of intent, or yeah, like I empathize with what you're saying, because I've had that happen too, where like you've got an idea built up in your head of what this thing will be, and then when you present it, the interpretation is different, but you don't know what the different interpretation is, but it sort of makes it hard to progress.
Yeah.
I mean, something else too is like kids like the things that kids like and don't like tends to be arbitrary as well.
Yeah.
I know that folks have talked to me about, you know, I've got friends with kids, and like the things that they like and don't like is completely randomized. Almost like the cliche of, you know, you bring home a toy for your cat and the cat plays in the box rather than with the toy.
Yeah.
Sort of put all the effort into making a book. Like it might be their favorite book, but the likelihood is probably pretty, like, it seems like, you know, you buy like 20, 30 children's books and they like one of them. So maybe that was partly it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Hard to say.
Well, it's also like, I was just like, after that, I was like, I don't even, you know, I would be doing that out of my own time and energy, and I don't even know if I, like, the reason I was talking to my sister about it is because I was like, I'm not sure if I'll be able to do this, you know?
Yeah.
So the fact that I was like, kind of, I think it was probably good for me to talk to her about it before I actually committed myself to it.
True that. Yeah. It's difficult, that stuff with art, when you're trying to gift art. Like, there's often been times where I'm like, oh, I really just, like, someone's feeling down, or I want to show that I'm thinking about somebody, and sometimes I'll do like gift art for people. I don't really do it anymore, but like I do like gift art, for example, and sometimes it can be fun. And I think like when people, like, I suppose what you do is you think like, what would I like if someone was to give something to me apropos of nothing, what would I like to receive? And then you try to sort of do that for them, but then often the way that you give it and the nature of the thing, there's ways things can be misinterpreted. Like, you know, you might give someone gift art and they might be like, oh, this kind of feels like now I should do something for them, but I'm really time poor, and oh, that's a burden, when that's not obviously your intent at all. But like, so that affects how that person then acts when they receive it.
It's difficult, yeah.
Yeah, it's a difficult thing. Creative gifts are difficult because there's a lot of effort, like not just time effort, but also the emotional effort of actually creating something for somebody, like thinking deeply about them and what they want.
It's a strange thing to think about, because it's like, on the one hand, I have the part of my brain that says, I'm doing this because it's a gift and it shouldn't matter what the response is. But then at the same time, it's like, it is also kind of, I can't help but want it to be transactional in my head, because I'm doing it out of seeking validation from the person receiving it, you know?
Well, I suppose you're seeking the positive emotional reaction.
Yeah.
Like, that's kind of what you get out of it as you know, a family member or a loving part, or like, you know, a friend or whatever. Like, when you're giving something to someone you love, you want to see them, you want to see it lift them emotionally.
Yeah.
And yeah, sometimes I'll give people stuff and I'm like, oh, I clearly got something wrong with their character sheet, or like I missed some detail because they've said that they like it and they're all smiles, but I'm not seeing it anywhere. And yeah, you don't really have that right of reply, where if you're commissioning someone, you'd be like, oh, hey, you missed some markings on the tail.
Yeah.
But if you get a present, you're going to be like, oh, it's perfect, thank you. And then,
Bye, Strawberry. I think that was how we got in here.
Yeah, Felicia.
yet. Oh.
Feel bug.
Have you gotten that little tick before?
I have, but now that I know that there's like a separate thing for donating them as well, I'm like, fuck, now I need to like recapture everything.
Yeah.
And that thing, I still don't think I've caught one of those things. They just burn anything to hear them. Oh, that works. No? Oh,
Gotta put it out first.
yeah. Maybe with chocolate sauce. No. I'm over here. I'm in the water. Maybe if I trip it again. Because I can't push it, is the problem.
Yeah. What if you laid in... Yeah, and...
That kind of did something for a moment.
I think just annoyed it. If you lay a net, does that help?
No, because it'll set the net on fire.
Well, you got a bunch of popcorn there, if you want to catch popcorn. This poor scorpion. Just beating the shit out of it.
Okay, that's not working.
Oh, nice. Yeet.
This is not working.
It's just mush.
Does it even like anything? Does it just hate everything? It loves...
Hot sauce?
Still don't have that. Whatever it is, nacho, Dorito. Maybe if I try and trip it somewhere else. Also, it's funny, there's a streamer that I follow called Scorpy. So, like, every time he's like, Scorpy, I'm like, imagine. There we go. Scorpino.
Scorpino.
Scorpino. This is probably like the most useless item, I think. Oh, but this is the first time I've seen one of those like run away somewhere. Look at it go. I wonder if you can do something by like making it run around. Maybe some sauce could get it to move.
I know one of the things that they talked about, I could tell that it was like a thing they would have loved to have dedicated more time to, the creators of the game. They talked about like Breath of the Wild and the mechanics that are in that, and how there's so many mechanics that build on each other. Like, you know, you can cut down a tree and that tree can roll down a hill. It could catch fire as it rolls down the hill, or it could hit somebody, or it could, you know, all these little things that interact, and they wanted to introduce as much of that as they could with this. But I'm thinking it wasn't so much a case of that they ran out of time. I think they scoped the game really well. It was just like we had to scope the game in a way that we chose what we wanted to make interact and complement.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But it does show that they loved it, like that process of making things build on each other. I imagine that there's a bunch of things that grappling hook can do that we'll discover as we go back and forth.
Yeah. It's like, when you think about how big of a studio Nintendo probably has as well, and like how complex all of their systems are in Breath of the Wild. Fucking bunger. Nope, bunger. Stop. Just imagine, it's just a burger that loves you so much it wants to ram into you. It's like a dog. Oh, what the fuck is he doing here?
Burger.
Burger. Oh,
I wish the
bridge-
pets liked outfits.
Just got done fixing up the old bridge. Would have done it sooner, but Cromdo wanted me to pay him for the rights of repair. Whatever that means.
Oh.
Anyway, no need to thank me. Just go find Shelda, alright?
See how they capitalized rights of repair?
Yeah. I get the feeling that there are some Bugsnax that just don't appear until you have certain things as well, or have done certain like story beats. That might be why some of them are just appearing as a question mark. Chandlo, my previous, my previous.
Hey, buddy.
Someone wanted something to do with a cheap hoof. A white cheap hoof. Wiggle is looking for a rare desert Bugsnax that only appears during the full moon.
Hey, Wambus.
My bag can no longer get any bigger.
Hey there, Cromdo.
What are you looking at?
How the fuck do I guess I just keep sleeping until it's a full moon?
To me, I'm guessing... My guess would be that there's some specific event that happens. Yeah.
Oh, the moon is waning now, so it's gonna be a while.
If it's a full moon specifically, could it be that there's like, you know how like there's events that happen during the night?
Yeah.
Occasionally? I'm wondering if it's like that, like something will happen and it'll be like, oh, it's a full moon tonight, we better go out and do blah blah blah, and then that's, you know, your chance. But I suppose you could miss your chance then, and that
Oh wait, that's
this
not
game
how
doesn't
it
seem
works.
to...
Oh, that's a full moon.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
It's weird.
Nice.
I know something else that only comes out during the full moon. Yeah. There it is. Wait, that just said it exclusively comes out at night. What's going on?
Oh, okay.
Getting mixed information.
Yeah. When we went down to Melbourne, it's quite cold. And it gets colder the further south you get because we're in the southern hemisphere. So it was getting colder and colder as we went down. And on the second day driving down, there was a fog that was so thick. And it was thick until like, it was like 1 p.m. and it was still foggy, which is just bizarre to me. Like, just not a thing that I see. And I was making so many werewolf jokes. Out in the moors. Hope nothing gets us.
It'd be a shame if something attacked
Yelling out the window.
Yeah.
Be a shame. I said it'd be a real shame. Yeah.
Didn't Wiggle also want us to like change her limbs into like all the different type of orange peels or something?
Look past her.
Maybe it was these? Need your help. I was strolling through Snacksburg when I slipped on a banhopper and set my sack of laundry flying. Oh, that's what that thing was that I was throwing a basketball earlier. Baja Tac Roche healthy training, so that means... Floopsy's got a theory that the barbecue bunger might secretly be spicy. Can you scan a barbecue bunger that's on fire? Oh yeah, here we go. I'd love to... here's a look I'd love to see. A Grumpus rocking all 4 types of peel bug.
So it doesn't matter which. Like, you could do it with her or you could do it with anybody.
Hey there.
Yeah.
Here it comes. The ballad of a generation. Bugsnax.
Thank you.
Bugsnax on the island in my mouth, so tasty. Well, that's all I have so far. It's a work in progress, but what do you think?
Needs work.
I knew it was a hot mess. Thank you for your honesty. I don't know why I bother. I know I don't have any real talent. My whole career was an accident. Sorry, darling. I need to be alone for a while.
So I'm guessing you need to knock that bunger near the bridge in the desert off and then get it to interact with
Yeah.
Scorpedo, maybe?
Wow, we've just crushed her spirits. Hey, I wish people would be honest with me sometimes when it comes to feedback. I get it. Some people are like really afraid of hurting people's feelings, but sometimes you really do just want constructive feedback.
Gotta build that rapport first.
Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't feel like an attack when you say it.
Yeah,
funny.
Giving and taking constructive feedback is a learned skill.
Yeah. And that is like a thing that you can even say to somebody and they won't realize. Like, when you say it's a learned skill, what you mean is you, by definition, will not know how to do it. And it starts happening, and you will have to consciously get better at it. Come on, Bunger. I love you too, Bunger.
Beef Flex strong cat is strong.
That
was absolutely. Oh, man. That should totally have worked.
Hi, Zygia. How can I do this?
I thought you hit it.
Well, no, it went near it, but it didn't hit it.
Oh, man.
Oh, maybe if this goes on fire and then... Bunger, come back.
Maybe if you're on fire and you give him a cuddle.
Okay, but now I need to not be on fire.
Nah, you'll be fine. You haven't got a health bar. Make sure you get him before he goes in the water.
Well, I just needed the scan of him, that's all. I didn't need to actually catch him.
Right.
Saigia, thank you so much for the resub for 54 months at tier 2. Absolute beam. How you doing, Saigia? Oh, no, it's lagging. I thought you were playing Bugsnax. Oh, God.
Ooh.
Prehistoric floor cloth. You help testing with a snack grappler. It excels at snatching snack pods, so if you could catch 5 of them in under 30 seconds. The fuck?
Damn.
Man, okay, the ones that are in the mailbox, they are not... I'm just gonna focus on, like, the actual side quests. These ones are like, you've run out of things to do in the game, do
Getting
these.
harder. Yeah.
Cromda wants a buffalo cust. A locust.
A locust, yeah. Scoopy-ba-loopy.
Chandler wants the beefiest Bugsnax in order to help himself gain meaty Bugsnax. So does that just mean anything that's got meat?
Aggressive. They're aggressive ones.
meaty.
So, ones that headbutt you and stuff.
Right.
Boom.
Bunger. Hi, Robbie. How you doing?
I apologize for dragging you into this mess again. I will take care of this issue myself if I weren't so spindly and reclusive. I know what you're thinking. Why don't I just ask Chandler? But I could never do that. Chandler was far too pure. He's not ready for this world of chaos and turpitude.
Oh.
Snack bud.
Oh.
Wow! 5 hours go by pretty fast when we're working together, Wambi. And now that the avalanche is cleared away, we can go explore the top of the
Bit
mountain.
unflattering.
Trivy, I'm
Yeah.
almost 50, and my back's at least 100. Let's go lie down for a spell.
So, like, this thing is aggressive, but it's not meaty.
Popsicle.
Yeah,
A popsicle!
the language in the written bit differs to what I remember hearing. What I thought he was saying was like, I want aggressive might not be the right word, but he was like, I want ones
Beefiest.
that, yeah,
And then it just says aggressive meaty Bugsnax.
aggressive meaty Bugsnax. Okay.
I'm sure we'll find something that fulfills both that.
Would the bunger be one?
Bunger, he's not aggressive though. He's just lovable.
Sweet, sweetie fly. Sweetie fly.
Does it say anything about how aggressive or meaty they are in the like Buggerpedia thingy? Like if you click through them.
Oh, can you not look at... Oh, there we go.
Oh yeah. See how they're meaty? It's like a type.
Oh, yeah.
So you want one that has meaty and
Oh, there we
aggressive
go.
as well.
Oh, I guess barbecue bunger
Yeah,
is...
nice,
Okay.
yeah. Oh man. Making me hungry, that burger. Sorry, that bunger.
And normal bunger is as well.
Sweetie pie.
Snack bud.
Did I ever catch one of those? Oh, I did catch one of those snail things, I think. Yeah. We've got the maximum amount of bag space for Bugsnax now, I think.
Yeah.
Because we donated a bunch. Ooh, wait, what's that? Oh, it's peanut butter. Bunger, bunger. Well, I know where there's plenty of bungers. It's okay, Bunger. I don't think of you as aggressive. I just think of you as lovable.
Yeah. Just assertive.
Yeah.
Really wants to hug.
Oh. It's not working. I could just do the probably much easier solution to this. But I want to see if attack will do it. No.
Bunger!
Oh no, it's stuck. Oh no, he's stupid. Come on, buddy, you can do it. I believe. Oh dear. What? No. That was like a jump scare then. What the fuck? Was there one more in the other area?
They need to be unique.
Do they?
Oh, well, that's what I'm wondering.
I don't think
Rhetorically,
so.
I'm thinking like, do you just need... Yeah. I don't think so either. Cute little logos they've got for each of these worlds.
Yeah. I thought there was another bunker here, but I don't think there is. Bunger. It's like you can't help but like, I can't help but just be like bunger, bunger.
I know.
I think what it is that until you deposit or feed that particular Bugsnax to someone, then it won't respawn, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
How you doing?
Yeah, so you don't just keep catching the same one over and over again.
Yeah.
It's pretty logical.
Bunger. Oh my god, calm down. Ah! Fucking. It's kind of broken, but it works.
Yeah, you got that.
It would be a bit tiring if, like, let's say a Bugsnax has got like a ridiculous amount of setup to catching it, and but you need like multiple of them.
Nice to see ya.
Hi.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Bunger.
Oh, why can't I switch to his arms? Oh, why it won't let me? There we go.
Whoa.
Oh.
Oh god.
I know. I hate it.
Yep.
Oh, now he's got tiny arms. That's not fair.
I like when you can choose, like in Baldur's Gate,
You may not like it,
whether you can actually
but
see the
this
things
is
that
what
you're
peak
applying.
performance looks like. Or, you know,
That's cute.
almost. There's no gaining without training, dog. I got a new exercise in
Oh,
mind.
I hear you, buddy.
You ready to spot me?
Oh, I meant to go for a run yesterday and I did not do that.
I set up these hanging weights all around town. I'm gonna jog around. You use your grappler to knock them down on top of me. Maybe for you and Snorpy. But this is what I gotta do to challenge myself.
This
Now
is like
give
the
me
opposite
5
of what a
weights.
spotter should do.
Let's do this, bro.
Yes. Yep. All lifted in a sharp, twisting, jerking motion. Make sure to lift with your back, not your legs.
Drop weights on Chandlo.
Oh, Chandler.
Hi there.
Maybe this is why he's so dopey. He lifts with his head.
More weight.
Oh my god. Oh my god, that fucking
That's
hit Wiggle on the head.
Oh.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Keep them coming. Hello.
I love that she's getting in the way and saying hello.
Yeah.
More weight.
Hey.
Oh. That one didn't count apparently.
Hey there.
Hey there.
Want something?
Wiggles, you better not get in the way again.
Is she gonna do it?
Keep them coming.
Like Princess Leia. Some Gamergate Neanderthal is accusing one of my site's writers of being a bot. Ugh. Are you saying that you don't have your gym friends drop dumbbells on your head? No.
I feel swole, dog. Now let's see what you got, Stump.
I like my himbos concussed.
Oh, Grump. I think my bicep exploded. But that's okay. I just gotta rest up and keep training. With this Bugsnax body, I'll get there. 'Cause if I don't, who's gonna have Snorpy's back?
Aw.
Yeah, bro. I'm not getting any stronger. I wasn't pushing hard enough. Maybe it's the Bugsnax. We went way too small, you feel me? I've been hearing rumors about this monster snack out in the forest. Wamba said it was so huge, no Grumpus alive could lift it. Sounds like the ultimate workout. Let's catch it, bro! Aw, yeah! Meet me in Flavor Falls.
His teeth need a specular highlight. They look like an error at the moment because there's no
Yeah.
shine to them.
This way, dog. Just thinking about that buff snack is getting me pumped.
The scout games.
It's okay if I can't lift the tree. But I feel
Your head.
bad. I love him for it.
Oh, Chandler's
Just
definitely a
doesn't
size
get
queen.
it.
Yeah.
Doing this for him.
world will crush you if you let it. I gotta be strong enough to keep him safe from all that.
Oh, honeybee. I love him. I gotta get swole AF for him. Nice. Awesome.
There it is! Wambus wasn't kidding. That snack is huge! All right, you big
Like a
bug!
boss.
Here comes the Chandlo Slam!
God, it's like a tick.
A wee melon. Mama melon.
Oh. Look at their eyes go.
Oh.
Hmm. Hmm. So you can grapple those. Immediately. Seems like you need to drop it on the melon. The mama melon, I'm guessing.
I was trying to capture the small ones. Oh, is it dead?
They can... Net it? See if you can net it? Might be a way to get rid of them.
Okay, that's what I wanted to make sure. Protects its offspring at all costs. Try to get the drop on it.
The drop. Cool. Okay, so that concusses it. Nice. It's cute how they like deal with the need for tension. Like the minions are cute.
Yeah.
They're not harming you. Nothing hurts you.
Okay, I can't catch it when it's like that.
Yeah.
Oh, but that broke it for a moment.
Yeah, yeah. Which can I go?
He's been knocked out.
Oh.
He's over by the door. Oh, Jesus.
Oh,
That was
wow.
a close one, dog. That snack is on a rampage. I got an idea. I'll distract the mama. You get the drop on her. I got your baby ball!
Oh.
Oop. Oh, he's a little fella. Oh, buddy.
I love how it just became.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro. That bug could have killed me. It was way strong, dog. And once I eat it, I'll be just as strong.
I don't know about that, but whatever.
God.
Whoa! I was hoping I'd get twice as big or something. No,
Cronenberg.
just the same Chandlo. And Chandlo isn't good enough. I spent my
Ken is
whole life
perfect.
climbing a mountain. And once I got to the peak, all I saw was a taller mountain. Bro, even if I could rip out that stump, I couldn't stop an earthquake. There's always gonna be something bigger than me. Stronger than me. Snorpy's always gonna be in danger.
They're too precious. Wah wah. It's definitely worth like doing these side quests as well as the main story, I think. Because otherwise you just kind of miss out on a lot of the character development.
Yeah, yeah. And that is really where the charm of the game shines.
Yeah.
Weenie Mountain.
In Chorito, a Sherby. Scoopy Banoopy, which I'm assuming is in the mountains because he talks to us when we went there. I need a pee real quick. I'll be right back.
Go for it. Imagine being that chill while you're on fire. Yeah, it's definitely the case. The main story is more of a hook to bring you on, to bring you to all the people. That's definitely true. I think it's really sweet how you're like helping to bring the community back together. Although I thought that was sort of going to be the whole arc. Everyone would be not getting along, and then you gradually make them get along, and that's the end. But it seems like there's a bit of an ebb and flow. Like everyone's doing fine, then they're not. They're doing fine again, they're not. Yeah, yeah, helping them deal with the emotional baggage that brought them here in the first place. That's definitely a part of it. It's cute, like it's such a silly premise for a game, and it remains silly. It doesn't make any more sense as it progresses, but that you've got these like real feeling little characters. That was just very sweet how he was like insecure about not being strong enough for his partner. Your partner's clearly completely fine. You are completely fine, but you feel like you need to do this. It's very, yeah, emotional baggage, as you say. Funny how they've done the trees in this. Instead of going with the sort of, I can't remember what it's called, but where you layer textured polygons with alphas to kind of give the impression of foliage. You can either do that and then it looks really spidery, or you can do what these guys have done and make it really lumpy. I'm not sure that this works better though. Easy to put snow onto, I guess.
Oh, I'm back.
Welcome back.
I needed to turn off my air conditioner as well. And as I walk past the cage, I just see both my rats like looking at me from the door, and I'm like, oh.
Play with us.
A Scoopy Banoopy. What even is that? I'm assuming it's a banana
Right?
thing.
Maybe it's an ice cream scoopy.
A banana split.
Like a banana split. That will make sense. I'm gonna try to figure out how to make a banana cake in the next couple of days. I've got a friend having a birthday.
Love banana cake.
Yeah.
My mum made it for me
Like
one
banana
time as a
cake with
kid
honey icing?
for my birthday.
Mhm.
It was like chocolate banana cake or something. And I remember
Nice.
I remember initially being like, "What banana cake? That sounds disgusting." And then I tried it and I was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
This is good." Because I like the consistency of it, you know.
Now, have you had banana bread, and is that different?
I don't know. I've never had banana bread.
It may be the same thing potentially. I don't know, but we have banana bread is like a common cafe food.
Yeah.
What you do is you take overripe bananas and you bake a loaf. With it, and it sounds like it might be the thing that you're describing because it's very moist and dense and super tasty.
Yeah. That's probably it.
Yeah. Really, really good. You can like slice it up and toast it and butter it, and it is the best thing ever. But yeah, he's got some honey. A friend of theirs keeps bees and gave them some honey, so they've been like trying to figure out what to make. So I was like, what's a cake that would go well? Because there's not a lot of honey. The honey could be used in the icing, and we just need like a cake base. And the two things I was thinking was either ginger might go well with honey, like a ginger cake, or banana cake. But he doesn't like ginger, so that makes that simple. So now I'm just trying to figure out how to decorate it with beads somehow, without using marzipan, because marzipan sucks. Objective viewpoint on marzipan.
Marzipan is basically what people call like molding something or whatever, wasn't it? Isn't it?
I don't know what.
Like
other
when
names it
when
has, but
people
it's
make these like really cool looking cakes,
Oh,
but
yeah.
then like the actual
exactly
taste of it is garbage.
It's plasticine with sugar.
Yeah.
This is sort of how I see it in my mind.
I have no idea where this Scoopy Banoopy is. In fact, there isn't one here. Because we have everything here. I guess we go to a new area. There's a buffer locust, we haven't found that either. Praying Picantis, we haven't found that. In Chorito Sherby. Yeah, I think we just go to the new areas now. I'm gonna go to the beach first.
So where were we just then?
We were in the mountains.
What was it called?
Sugar Pine Woods.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Strong trophy. Thanks for helping me out with the training and the stump and stuff, and sorry it was a waste of time. You're a lot stronger than me in like a metaphorical way. They don't give out trophies for inner strength though, so I made you one. Oh yeah.
Aww.
Wow, you got a good eye, Bessie. You've been scanning so much stuff that I can't even read it all. Not that I'm reading your journal.
That picture. I thought the curtains were tights.
Same. Yeah. I was like,
wow,
oh,
that is
new
a
outfit.
confident stance. Yeah. Can you imagine having a journal and placing it front and center in your
Yeah.
bedroom that has no door with the words keep out printed in
See, now that's
large print?
that's funny enough. That's a plot point in Death Note where it's because he's so smart, he puts a journal in one of his drawers, and the demon thing is like, isn't that a bit obvious? And he's like, but yes, this is like just my fake journal. The real Death Note is in this secret compartment underneath. What the fuck did I just do? What the fuck is that? Summoned by a dinner bell, it uses its twirling sausage legs to create localized water spouts. It fears the crab, but it loves chocolate.
Oh, it's gonna launch you. Yeah, nice. I wonder if you can use that.
Oh, okay. It just fell over.
Yeah,
I didn't even do anything. Okay. I guess that was the one that we were missing. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, Death Note.
That's right.
So that's the thing. It's like what you can do is you can put a journal out that's like kind of in everyone's view, but it's not actually the real journal. No.
Yeah. Decoy.
Yeah. Lava. Okay. Lasodio.
Is that an analogy for?
I have no idea. LaCroix? It might be for
maybe,
LaCroix,
yeah.
because that's like a type of beverage in America.
Yeah. Oh, it's a can, I see.
Yeah.
Yes.
Golden
LaCroix.
Queeble. Exactly like a Queeble, but with a distinctly golden sheen. Different color means it's special. Catch it, catch it, catch it. It's a shiny.
Love it. Yup.
Is it golden? It doesn't look golden. Guess so. Thank you for the hydrate, Hatchie. How you doing? The nastiest tasting water ever made. I ain't talking shit about it because I've never tried it. I don't think I can talk shit about something I've never tried. All I've heard is jokes. I've heard jokes about LaCroix and how the flavor for it is basically like someone opened up a can in a room next to a watermelon or something like that.
Yeah. Now, with it being American, maybe it's sweetened, but I do like that you can buy drinks that aren't sweetened. They'll have a small bit of flavor, but not with a bunch of water. I'm sorry, a bunch of sugar.
How is that thing frozen inside of here?
Sheer determination.
It doesn't like or hate anything. Sorry, bro. It's like Gandalf. Flying forwards.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that. I just gotta wait until I'm not on fire. Bro, move away from the lava! Why did that?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but then to get the big one, you gotta like, you gotta catch it before it
Well,
explodes.
when he ran into that, didn't he get stunned when he ran into the stone? Like you
Oh
just
yeah,
need to
so
like,
maybe I could just do that and then
yeah.
flaming cheap. Constantly on
It's
fire.
so chill just about being on fire.
Yeah.
How do I get that kind of, what do you call that, like stress, performance under pressure?
Is that
I
just
want
like
to be chill while I'm on fire.
Noodles? Bathes in a pool of lava, can't
Ramen.
be put out while in such a hot climate.
Noodler.
Noodler.
Hey, babe.
Hey, you want a noodler?
Want to hang out later?
Oh, just for a moment I got it. Oh. I love how he's just like, oh, oh.
It's a great voice. It also sounds like he's saying big duck.
Oh, that was shit. What even happened then? It's difficult to get it before it
Yeah.
explodes.
Hmm. What she said?
Take a powerful force to crack this bug. Oh well, I mean,
And then we had a powerful.
I don't
What
think
is he
they
like?
combine back though. Yeah, that's not strong enough. Oh, what the fuck did I just do? Oh, I broke it.
It did break, but it also froze.
Oh, it's an actual Bugsnax.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh god, everything on this beach is so aggressive. There's two different bits to it as well.
Just break.
No.
What did it say stunned? Did they?
Oh, wait, yeah, it had a different name. Greater Cocoa Mite. Lesser Cocoa Mite.
Oh.
Loves chocolate.
Works with its greater.
The idea of premium high-end water is the dumbest shit to me. Wasn't someone...
I'll agree.
Flyzik, my friend Flyzik was showing me a video of this guy who like goes to different like restaurants and stuff in America and like just kind of like says about his experience. And like one of the places he went to was this like really fucking fancy restaurant at Disney. And they were selling like German premium water for like $150.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like,
just
what the
people showing
fuck?
They've got money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Is drinking soda or pop or soft drink I know that. I mean, I suppose it depends on who you are, but I very rarely would drink any kind of soft drink, and I suppose these days it'd be sugar-free even if I did drink it. But I'm talking like, if I had like a say a Coke Zero or something, it'd be like once a month, if that.
Yeah.
But I know
You took
in
your
the
precious
US,
time getting here.
a lot of folks
Any
drink
longer and my leg might have
very
rotted
little
away.
water.
Come, let's finish
Like
our work.
oh, okay.
I
guess.
I drink Pepsi Max every day, so I can't talk.
Drink coffee every day.
And William. Yeah, like Pepsi Max is just my go-to drink for me, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
My experiment cost an arm and a leg, and nobody else was offering.
I thought she was wearing a tiny bikini for a second.
Oh.
It is a boat.
Absolutely not. I'm on the verge of a breakthrough. Now assist me or be gone with you.
What's your desire of breakthrough?
Ah, always a question worth asking. Preparations for my grand experiment are nearly complete. Soon we will see if we can amend my ambulation. But for now, simply transform my arm into a red banapa.
Okay.
Simply.
There's a Kirby. So sorry, what were you saying again? About Pepsi Max and stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just I know that some people drink it instead of water.
Yeah.
Which I've always found very odd. But I think it depends on the person.
I probably
like,
should
in
drink
some
more
groups
water, though. I don't think I should basically replace my water with Pepsi Max.
Oh, definitely, definitely.
Because
I always try to have like a full water bottle, because otherwise,
yeah, I need
well,
to do that.
otherwise I end up dehydrated. I forget to drink.
Yeah.
But I know some folks don't like the taste of water, which is what I suppose put me onto that thought process of like, how can you not like the taste of water? It's like not liking air. To me, it's like it is such a nothing
really
basic
anything, yeah.
thing. Like it's the default, I guess. Whereas like you say, like for some folks, Pepsi Max might be the default, or Coke, or whatever.
Yeah, because it's not so much that I don't like the taste of water, it's that I just like the taste of Pepsi Max.
Yeah, which I understand.
This coconut is stuck on fire. I don't know how I can capture it.
Makes that satisfying can opening noise.
I have too many of these things.
Somewhere.
Something's really angry at me.
That'll. The kettle's ready.
It's a green grapple. Some areas, especially in the middle of the US, are very poor water. Yeah, there is that. It's like, for example, if I want to have a bottle of water, I can literally just fill it with my sink. That's not an option in some places in the US.
That's a very good point about the US. I forget that stuff.
Yeah.
God, that is so frustrating. It's like I know that like one of the things with beer, like beer is a way to store calories, So when you're like historically, like ancient historically, you harvest all your grain, but then how do you keep that grain in a state where it's edible for as long as possible? Because you don't have grain all year round growing. It grows sort of seasonally. So how do you store it? How do you make it shelf stable? And beer was a way to do that. But it was also by introducing a small amount of alcohol, even just a small amount, you could kill a lot of the baddies that exist in water. So beer was a way to sanitize water and make it safer to drink. And I find that just, I don't know, interesting as a notion that you should have a way to sanitize water, because water purification's just always been a thing since before I was born. Like, you know, centuries before I was born, water purification was a thing. And it makes me sad to think that that's not that you might not be able to trust the water source everywhere. In Australia, people complain about the taste of water. They'll say, like, you know, the taste of town water isn't good, so I filter it. But it doesn't taste good because it's been filtered and then it's had things like calcium added to it and so on. It's treated, as opposed to, you know, there's lead pipes or something crazy like that. And yeah, I suppose if you're going to the shop and choosing between, do I buy a bottle of water or do I buy a bottle of Pepsi Max, it's like you're paying for it anyway.
Yeah.
So why not get something more interesting? Yeah. What New Dark Cloud's saying. Yeah, that's very much the thing. It was a way to transport water, to keep water. If you have a small amount of alcohol into it, it helps to disinfect it. So beer back in the day, they called it table beer. It would have a very low alcohol percentage. You'd only ferment it for a small period, or you'd only have a small amount of fermentable material in there, so it would be very thin, but it would be cleaner than water.
Yeah. And this thing is... I just want to catch it.
I know. I love this. I have the easiest job in the world on these streams. I don't have to do any skill checks or anything. I'm just yammering on, but...
It's just, this thing is really finicky with, like, aiming it. Like, I just want to attach it from, like, that tree to this tree, but it's not letting me.
Is it out of range?
Well, no, it's just being very strange with, like, its aim.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Oh. Like, I don't even know what I'm aiming at there. What did I...
Yeah. It was yellow, but it didn't.
I think it's bugged. I just think I'm probably doing this wrong, but...
Maybe. Or it could be jank. It could be I.
What if I try it from this tree? Maybe it's because the tree is, like, weirdly shaped. We're back. Hi, Fawn! How was Minish Cap? Did you figure out the ice block puzzles? Did you activate your brain cells? Alright, I'm just gonna move on from this one, because... But then I don't have any more tools that I can unlock, so, like...
Yeah.
Let me see. Trip shot could be useful here, also it is red. So you have the right idea, it's just not... Oh, there's one over here. I'll just get this one instead. That was done easily, what do you mean? You got stuck with wind puzzles instead? My Harukazu announced the next Zelda stream we should be done. Nice! So you know, like, the cloud area? That cloud area, I actually got stuck in for ages as a kid because I just couldn't figure out which direction I was supposed to go. I remember when I finally like found out the right direction, I was just like, oh my god. Oh, he's just teasing me now. Where is it? Is that okay, that's the big one. So let me think. I need to get rid of its ice first, and then I need to trip it. But when it's not on fire anymore. So I'm gonna put that there, and then I like have to run around this way. With everything looking like a fucking cloud, it's hard to discern where you've been or where to go. Yeah. I don't know. I can't even remember. It was just a bit, there was just like, it was that bit where you have to like go around putting, like, I think you have to like fuse kinstones, and I could never find like the last one. And I think it was just because of like, you know what it was? I think it, you know, like you have to use, I remember what it was I thought I couldn't get to an area because I couldn't be high enough. When really all I had to do was keep pushing down in that direction in order for the game to like automatically put me on the ledge. I think that's what it was that got me stuck for ages.
How can a popsicle be? Nice work. Got him.
Hello, guys. Oops. Oh my god. It's so aggressive. It's like, it's a bit... What?
Yeah.
That's not even in its path. Well, thank you for the raid, Farn. If anyone who is following me is not already following Farn, please do it. Oh, oh, it's dead.
Oh. Stuck.
Is it actually dead?
Sure
Oh.
not. Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
What have you done?
I didn't know they could die.
What is that? They
It's the
could die,
lesser
so what is that?
Colomite. Cocomite.
Why is it? Oh, is it?
It was the one that was stuck in the volcano.
Have you caught the greater one?
Yeah.
Is it because you've caught the greater one? The smaller one doesn't know what to do? Can you catch it?
No, because when I caught the greater one, it was still alive in the volcano. Oh.
But I'm wondering if... Bye, Felicia. If you catch the greater one, does the lesser one deactivate?
No, because he was running
Is that
around.
what that is? Oh. That's a lot of Bugsnax.
Oh, neat.
Done with that.
Excellent. That is one more thing I must do. Hand me the snacktivator. The old snacktivator was worthless scrap. I have updated it. It is now capable of altering snack matter through a process of sonic anamnesis. My body remembers what I eat. The Snacktivator can change snackified limbs into anything I've ever eaten. Use it. Change my arm from Banapa to Strabby.
Doesn't that mean I have to catch a Strabby? Oh, I see.
Are you amazed? You've seen nothing yet. If my hypothesis is correct, the Bugsnax can remember the shape of my body. It is time to test that hypothesis. Use the Snacktivator on my missing leg.
Thank you for the hydrate. I will hydrate.
Aha! My leg is back.
I mean, not really though, but
cure
sure.
the sick, revitalize the frail. This discovery will reshape the world. To think Elizabeth and Agabel walked away from that. Pathetic. But I refuse to dwell on personal matters while there is yet more work to do. Use the Snacktivator again. Transform my limbs into Kokomites. Intriguing.
I guess it would have been good to
Very
do this.
dexterous.
Why can I not do it? Oh, because I need to...
Huh.
Oh, you need to, like, feed him a thing to transform the limb. No, but that's not right, because he could do it on his...
Yum, yum, yum.
Yum, yum, yum.
Unbelievable.
Right. Yeah.
I guess he had already, like, I don't know. It's weird.
My body has changed into more Kokomites than I've eaten. Can you even comprehend what has happened? This means that all Bugsnax are one and the same. Each one could change into any other with the right stimulus. And now that is true of me. Now, use the Snacktivator to its full potential. I want limbs of Noodler, Kokomite, Banapa, and Strabby all at once.
Alright. Strabby. Banopper. And I need a Noodler. Lifting your crib, dog. Hi, Rohu. How you doing? It's Sherby. Girls beneath the sand waiting to unleash frosty vengeance on their foes. Oh,
very cute.
That was easy.
I love it. I love Sherby. Sherby's my favorite.
Sherby. There's no secret code. Check your journal for details.
Ready KFA.
Fuck.
There you go.
So many of these things I haven't looked at. Door attached to some different mechanisms. Looks like I need to weigh down the pressure plates in order. First left, then right, then center. And after that, push down hard on all three. That should get a response. I think the ancient grumpuses need to be fed first, but what do they like to eat? The pressure plates won't activate. I saw Lisbeth looking down on camp from between the trees beneath the snow line.
Have we actioned any of these?
I don't think so. Well, this is where we just got this map from. At the end of Boiling Bay, past the shipwreck, Liz was definitely over there. You'll see. Prompto. This is where we are right now. And then we watch these things.
We watch all of them?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, life's going okay. I hope you're doing well. We're just catching them Bugsnax, yo. something's still happening inside here, but I don't know what. I wonder if I can... Well, that didn't really work. Because, like, the problem is if I want to get that Cheeto thing, it has to not be on fire. And the only thing in here that's not on fire is the ice cream fella. Whoa, what did stun a flying Bugsnax by launching another Bugsnax at it? Apparently that's something I just did. What is happening in this volcano? Palettos! Fool of a took. The Palettos are just all fighting. What?
Oh.
Well, the noodles sacrifice things, I guess. I have no idea what's going on anymore. Okay, so they walk in that kind of circle. Oh. That didn't work, because it... Oh god, what's happening? There we go. But now how do I do the same thing with the fucking noodles? Can't be put out while in such a hot climate.
So, can you? So, are they saying it needs to be lured out of the cave?
I think so. It's what is it like? It likes hot sauce and this sauce that I still don't have. But then it's kind of hard to do with all of these fucking ice creams everywhere. Oh wait, look! Oh! Oh, it wasn't on fire for a moment. Okay, it's still on fire though. Noodler.
Noodler. Oh, neat.
Neat. That's a chopstick.
I have learned much. Despite your general ignorance, you have been of use to me. Good job.
Thank
No
you.
matter how many Bugsnax I become, my body feels no different. Is there a threshold of crumpousness? When every cell of my body is Bugsnax, will I remain Floofty Fizzlebean? Or will I simply be Bugsnax, right down to the taste? I must find out. The answers won't come to me without further testing. However, I have exhausted my research here. I will experiment on Snacksburg.
No, you won't. Don't you make experiment in Snacksburg?
Look forward to working with you further.
Consent. Informed consent, honey.
Man, fucking cocoa mites a shit ton of calories. 50,000 calories? What the fuck?
Holy shit.
Noodler.
That's funny. Means you need to like... If you have a bug snack, how much is how many calories are in the bungers?
53,000.
Oh yeah, still a lot.
Yeah. The one thing to say about food is they really worry me. Yeah.
Yeah, between the... What is better than scientific, what do you call that? Ambition and arrogance.
Yeah.
Neat.
Snacks with your assistance. I've since been cajoled into rewarding your efforts with a welcoming gift. You may have this plant that I found. Now that I can see all the stars of Simmering Springs, surely something will spring to mind. Keep having this nightmare where Chandlo picks me up, shakes me, and shouts, "Go for the gold!" Is he talking about a bug snack? Maybe if you donate the right one, the nightmares will stop. Oh, he means the gold Queeble. Okay. That's a tiny palm tree.
Oh, yeah.
Hello! One last chance, darling. There's a massive bug snack out in the ocean. I've seen it riding the waves in the morning light. To be honest, I'm not even sure if it's real. But I must go after it. Please help me. I can't catch it alone.
Fabulous! Let's jam!
My critic's all right, you know. I can't make the magic happen again. I've tried skydiving, crystal gorging, reverse exorcisms, everything. Bugsnax are the only thing that have ever gotten me close to that state again. To that raw nirvana where the universe writes through me. I just haven't found it yet. But I will. I must.
Good.
It's that or
Good, 'cause you
I'm
love it.
finished.
I mean, it's also okay to sometimes be like, maybe I should just do something else for a bit.
Yeah.
Another empty venue.
Oh, it moved me.
If you're out there, you won't be able to resist my siren song.
What?
Oh,
Teleports.
please.
She's good at that.
Will you show yourself if you hear how much I need you? Will you show yourself if you hear my cry?
We love the banjo.
I need you. I got to have you. Oh, in my
I don't think Bugsnax can understand you.
Oh.
You can't solve every problem by singing.
Oh, don't give me that.
Euphemistic.
Music is a universal language, darling.
It's true.
Come to me, my muse of the sea. My mouth is your destination, and we're
God.
Here's your
God.
destiny. Destiny, yeah, get in my belly, oh, yeah.
Oh. The fuck?
There you are, you delectable dragon. Come on, let's make some music.
Head of the beast, you can't be caught until it's run out of followers.
You gotta pick it up one by one.
Oh, it's literally just a big roll of sushi. Oh,
It's a dragon roll. It's a dragon roll.
It like broke my audio for a moment. My headphones like burst. So we got its followers or its tail. Does the tail count as a separate thing as well? All behind her in perfect formation and panic without its leadership.
So you gotta break it apart.
And are these chopsticks?
Oh. Yeah.
I know, I thought that music was fine, yeah. Maybe the ending was a bit... Oh, oh god, lag!
Awesome.
You fly. Oh, its path has changed.
Mega.
It's not really following. It's like the path keeps changing. I guess it's just random. Where did my thing go? This was a lot easier when it was just in the water.
Yeah, it's a good thing you caught a bunch of them. I suppose you can't get the other.
What are these noises they're making? They're Bugsnax. Oh, that took a long time for those to respawn. Alright.
Does though.
All I need to do is just see the path that it goes through at least one of these things. And then hope that it doesn't... Well, okay, it broke the one I was planning for.
The camera doesn't show you the path.
No. No, don't break it, don't break it!
It has that... It's that kind of kabuki theater sort of sound to the voice.
Oh, it
nice.
literally went right under it.
Oh, wow.
Like fucking limbo.
Limbo.
Okay, just a little bit lower then. Wait, what happened to Twitch chat? My Twitch chat like scrolled up for some reason. And all I see is a pinned message from Enigma that says what? Hang on. Oh god, my mouse. What's happening? Everything's breaking.
Hmm.
Okay, there we go. That was a misclick, my bad. It's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Come here, you little bastards. Oh, I don't even know.
If you release it, it won't go back to its parent?
No, I think it just makes it disappear,
Yeah, surely. That would be pretty unfair. Oh, nice. I'm a bit off put by the salmon on top being green. You must not be
I think that's meant to be like the seaweed. It's meant to be like the seaweed wrap for it, I think.
I suppose, yeah. Or it could even be avocado as well, I guess.
Yeah.
The salmon one.
Oh, you're good, Enigma. Don't worry about it. I was just confused. I just like it because it just makes me think of a roller coaster.
Hmm. Yeah, it's a funny fusion of Japanese sushi and the Chinese dragon.
Yeah. Oh, poor thing.
Oh, no.
Mega Maki.
His little salmon road teeth.
Talk about bombing on stage. Still, not my most explosive performance. Come, darling, let's get this show on the road.
Oh, no, that's the wrong one. No! Spit it out. Mega Monkey.
Mega.
Oh, let's give her extra teeth.
Nothing. My head is just full of snacks. Oh, I'm never gonna be free of it.
Free of what?
Do the wiggle. It's such a vapid waste of a song. To think that will be my legacy. Why can't I make it happen one more time? Why can't the universe give me one more hit?
Excuse me. Just running past her on her mental anguish.
Yeah.
Well, I feel bad because we've barely made like any. We've made no main story progress during the stream.
Yeah, but as I was saying before, like a lot of the side quest stuff is kind of the
Magnum opus?
Yeah.
point of the game.
Sorry, dear. It's never going to happen.
Well, don't be so down, Wiggle. Maybe you're overthinking it. Why don't you just write from the heart?
From the heart? Oh, Gramble, you sweet summer child. That's what I did before I was a star. I'll never make platinum that way.
Why's that matter? You're already rich and famous.
Because I need an audience. And I've seen time and time again that when I write for myself, nobody else wants to hear it.
Well, I want to hear it.
That's a nice sentiment,
chestnut.
darling.
My career may be over, but there's still time for an encore. If you're not sick of my music by now, I want you to have my vintage record player. Might just feed your creative spark.
Bro.
I saw you carrying over 20 Bugsnax at once. If you want to keep up that workout, you're gonna be stronger than me soon. Maybe I ought to ask Snorpy for a backpack. There we go. Did this beautiful man just gift us gym equipment? He did indeed. Oh fuck, some of these I shouldn't have donated. It's fine.
Would you need him for something?
I forgot, I need to bury one of the Sherbies in there.
Oh, right.
Wow, he sent a letter while sleepwalking.
Hey.
Scan a honeybee with a basketball stuck to it. What the fuck?
You again. I am not here to spew gossip for that obnoxious rag you call a newspaper.
Okay, just say no.
Yeah.
I want to hear from the smartest grump in town.
Very well. If you insist, I will educate you.
Who are you?
I am Floofty Fizzlebean, the world's first gastroentomologist.
What is a gastroentomologist exactly?
In baby language, I study
Eating bugs.
Bugsnax and their effect on grumpuses.
Why come to Snacktooth Island?
To study Bugsnax, obviously.
But didn't
Why
you...
is it that some of these...
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, just wanting to whinge about, like, some people who are super smart have no emotional intelligence at all, and it's super annoying.
Like
Min-maxing.
software all over again.
Yeah.
But didn't you know what Bugsnax were until... You didn't know what Bugsnax were until you got here.
When Elizabeth Megafig was recruiting for her cult of personality, I observed something strange about her arm. She was keeping it hidden, but she displayed early stages of snackification. That piqued my interest.
Thoughts on Bugsnax?
You are asking for opinions instead of facts. I'm not going to discuss my feelings with you, emotional parasite.
Alright, fuck you. Emotional parasite?
Every time I try to
Yikes.
publish my groundbreaking research, you journalists instead churn out slander about my dangerous methods or my questionable behavior.
She's gonna
Stop
grow.
editorializing and focus on the science.
Why did you leave town?
I simply wanted to continue my work, Eggabell or no, but Shelda blamed me for the disappearances. I'm no stranger to witch hunts. I vacated before the pitchforks could come out.
Is it true that you eat grumpuses? What?
Don't be ridiculous. I've only eaten one grumpus.
What? That feels important. Why is there a severed leg in your hut?
Would you prefer I keep my severed leg in the outhouse?
Okay. Any info on Lisbeth?
Truth. Elizabeth was an arrogant coward, unlike Eggabell.
What about Eggabell?
Eggabell truly understood my research. She was hungry to participate in it. Our work together was fruitful, even pleasant, until somebody interfered.
Who interfered?
Shelda. That mummified fraud stoked Elizabeth's fear of my work, weaponizing her relationship to Eggabell, scrambling her fragile emotions, and fabricating a binary choice between myself and Elizabeth.
So what happened?
Ultimately, Eggabell chose sentiment over science. And I surmise that was the death of her.
Any final thoughts?
Yes. I have the password to Eggabell's personal storage box. It may be of interest to you. You've wasted enough of my time now. Leave.
Mean.
Yeah, quite.
Personal storage box. That's already opened. This is already opened. I don't even know where the storage box is. Seems to go with a mysterious box. Well, it's not in her house, I think. And then I was going to quickly check. There's the house. I guess we did a little bit of main quest by getting Floofty. Yeah, in Chorito and a Sherby. Kirby.
Rondo looks so cute in his little fantasy. Where he's got all of his money. His teeth.
So the only other areas that we haven't been is up in the mountains further and in the desert further. So what I'll do is I'll get to the desert area and then save.
Okay.
In chorito, macho, barito.
George.
Yeah, they just come out at night. It doesn't even have to be a full moon.
Huh. Yeah. I wonder why that was in my head.
Well, no, she said it in her quest thing. She was like, rumor has it they only
right.
come out on a full moon.
Yeah.
Scarpino. Sizzling Sands. Oh, there's the fucking pizza thing that knocked our ship out of the water.
Oh. Cool.
Oh, it's got a big circle.
Yeah. Sparse.
Spuddy. I like his one. Mark. bits. So DD. Oh, that has to be the praying mantis thing. Praying Picantis. Why are there so many of these things that are just on fire? Oh, that looks like the sauce I don't have. It is cheese, okay.
Huh.
Scorpepper.
It's cute. The mantis has a Dorito for a head.
Oh. A perplexing prophet doesn't eat Bugsnax.
I would be interested to hear her opinion.
Yeah.
It'd be great if her opinion is like, doesn't anyone find it really fucking terrifying that your arms become chips?
Yeah.
Why is everyone okay with this?
Why not?
Spuddy.
Okay,
Spuddy.
here we go.
You and he were spuddies, weren't you?
Spuddy. Person's last checkpoint 9 seconds ago. Yeah, I think that's when I caught it. There we go. There's more Bugsnax. Oh, I'm hungry now. I need to
getting pretty close to the end, I think.
Yeah. Well, I feel like there's still going to be a lot of side quests.
True.
I would say we've maybe got like 2 more streams left, or 1, maybe. I don't know. But there we go. Scoopy Banoopy. Yeah, we need to catch a Scoopy Banoopy. Oh, wrong one. I need to add you to this screen. There you are.
Hello.
There he is.
Bouncing around.
Gabing.
Just a little guy.
Yeah, that was fun. Yeah, it's definitely like I'm seeing the pattern now with like the way that the side quests work. It seems like a lot of the side quests kind of end up being like a fight or a battle with a special type of Bugsnax.
Exotic Bugsnax.
But then it's like it kind of feels like it feels like every quest so far has ended with them realizing that they can't fix their problems with Bugsnax. But then we haven't. It feels like we haven't really seen a. Like they're still kind of in turmoil, you know. We haven't really seen a resolution to that turmoil yet. And I'm wondering if maybe
I think they're getting there.
Yeah, I'm wondering if that's like part of the main story, or if like every character will have a moment where they talk to you about it, you know. They've sent us letters and they've said thank you for helping me, but that doesn't really feel the same as like actually having a dialogue with them.
Yeah. There's often character growth too. Like the new character, whose name I can't pronounce, but the scientist obviously is like, hello, this is the start of my character arc. Watch me become less horrible, but first I have to really demonstrate that I'm horrible right now. Like, we're still at that sort of start stage for them.
Yeah.
But they all get better.
Yeah, exactly. I think the letter system was added in a patch. Oh, okay. That's weird.
Huh. Oh, that would make sense. That would be... Because you know how you sort of get quests from 2 places?
Yeah. Oh,
That
so
would
yeah,
sort
they
of
were like extra challenges to be like...
Yeah.
Here's a whole bunch of stuff to do.
Without it interfering with the others.
Yeah. Right, let me have a look at who we can raid. I think we could go say hello to Rydarius again. They're playing Fallout 4, which is always a chill time.
Oh, man. Yeah. I'm meaning to play that again.
I've been playing New Vegas again, and I've been enjoying that.
Nice.
I think the thing that I'm realizing
I've
that's
never
nice...
finished New Vegas.
Yeah, the thing that I'm realizing that's nice about it is that it's not completely overwhelming with like too many quests like Skyrim is. Like it's a smaller type of Fallout game, which is just nice.
Yeah.
There we go. Slash raid Raidarius. Oh, well, thank you for joining me again, Vert. Thank you everyone for watching. We will see how we feel next week in terms of whether or not a stream will happen with Bugsnax. But if not, I should be around on Friday evening or maybe Saturday evening. It depends on how my schedule goes. I don't really have any other updates, I don't think. Except I hope you all have a lovely rest of your week and all that jazz. Do you have any parting words?
Nope.
Nope. Nope.
And a few words today.
That's fair.
Yeah. Hope you have a good week.
Yes. And also, go petition. Go sign the petition for the Stop Killing Games initiative. If you're in the UK or the European Union. Yeah, if you're in the EU or if you're in the UK, go sign the petition. But the EU one is the one that has the most traction. So go sign that. Yeah. Love you all. Stay safe. See you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.